She wanted prayer gossip. She done my career. My MIL is your classic small-town Southern gossip with a Bible in one hand and everyone else's business in the other. I'm a divorce attorney, which basically makes me a live episode of Days of Our Lives to her. She's been begging me for juicy stories for my Bible study and book club for years, and I've always fed her flavorless, zero-calorie crumbs. Then she flew in for my husband's birthday. Of course, that's the exact week I'm stuck working from home on the case from hell, Johnson v. Johnson. Think scorched earth divorce, hidden money, pregnant mistress, custody mess, therapists involved, the works, giant file, locked office, locked door. I went to take a quick shower, office locked behind me like always. Cut to lunch at a cafe. We've got sweating iced teas, menus open, everything normal, and then she just drops between sips. So what happened with those Johnson kids? Did she get custody after the cheating and the therapy stuff, or did the judge give them to the daddy? I choked so hard I saw Jesus. She wasn't guessing. She knew names. She knew custody details. She knew about therapy, cheating, the mistress, everything that existed only in my confidential file. I asked how she knew. She goes, all innocent. Oh, I was tidying your office while you were in the shower. You had files lying around. I skimmed a little. My office didn't need tidying. And there's no skim a little your way into the mistress's due date and the hidden Cayman account. Sis sat down and read that file like it was a beach novel. I paid the bill, marched her to the car, and told her flat out she violated attorney-client privilege. She shrugged like I was scolding her for touching the thermostat, said she just wanted to pray for that poor woman. My blood pressure left the chat. When we got home, I pointed at her suitcase and said, pack, you're leaving. If you don't, I'll call the police. She acted like I'd stabbed her with a communion wafer, but she packed. I called her an Uber to the airport, no cash, no ticket. Yeah, harsh, but I was seeing my license burning because she wanted better church gossip. My husband works at a secure facility and couldn't have his phone, so he had no idea his mom was stranded at the airport, calling me from payphones like it was 1998. I thought that was the end. Nope. Next morning, my boss calls before my meeting, says we have a huge problem. Opposing counsel filed an emergency custody modification. They suddenly know everything. The offshore account whistleblowing, the mistress's pregnancy timeline, my client's postpartum depression, her anxiety meds, stuff that lives only in my notes. I said, that's impossible, but my stomach already knew the truth. Then he reads me the source. A Facebook post from a group called Prayer Warriors of Tennessee, written by my mother-in-law. She wrote a dramatic prayer request about a poor young mama with a cheating husband and hidden Cayman money and a pregnant mistress moving into her home, and the mama's mental struggles in medicine, with names, with locations, with bank country, with pregnancy weeks. Over 100 comments and shares. And the paralegal for Mr. Johnson's attorney from my MIL's hometown. Same church, same Facebook group, screenshot, email to her boss, emergency motion. Opposing counsel now has therapy notes, med records, postpartum history, and they're spinning it all into she's unstable. Everything she responsibly told her therapist, now weaponized because my MIL couldn't keep her fingers off my client's life. Then my client texted, my ex's lawyer has my therapy records. You promised this was confidential. How did they get them? I had no way to answer that without looking like Judas with a law degree. My husband came home, read everything, and went pale. Finally understood this wasn't cute gossip gone wrong. This was arson. That afternoon, I met the malpractice attorney representing my now former client. She told me the worst thing I could do was try to explain to the judge, because it would only make my client look even more unsafe. She told me to stay away. Walking out felt like leaving a disaster zone and knowing the wreckage has my fingerprints on it. I hired a PI to document everything for the bar investigation I knew was coming. She traced the timeline. Entry to my office, Facebook post, screenshot, opposing counsel, court filing. Clean, brutal, indisputable. The leak started in my home, and the worst part? I'm the one who left the match where she could reach it. Click the full story to see what happened next.